Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Captain of Industry. The alpha just released today as I record this. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to play it kind of as a brand new player. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I've actually played. So we'll take it from the top. I just launched the game. Again, this is the alpha version. So let's just jump right in and then I'll talk more about how the series is going to play out as we go. So I've got some information I want to share with you as we go too. All right, let's just start at the tutorial here. It says, Captain, we've just docked. Our ship and the local shipyard will both need major repairs. The abandoned communication station near the dock could be deconstructed and used to smelt iron in a blast furnace so we can build more vehicles and construction parts. It is essential to build a research lab as soon as possible so we can figure out more blueprints for important things such as farms or a beacon. All right. See, where do I click? Guess I'll just close that. All right, let's see where we're at. I'm going to pause the game. We are 4 days in to our first year. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm just going to use the center mouse button and scroll around. That gets us all our different perspective. We've got 6 trucks here ready to deploy. We've got our ship, which I believe needs repair. We've got our dock, which I'm not sure if this... Yeah, it says shipyard damage, so that needs repair. And what else do we got? That's about it. We've got overlays. We can see the ore deposits here. We got groundwater. That's new, I think, since the last time I played, or I think that's new. And then we've got coal. I believe that's coal. Yeah, I've got my color blindness coming in here. No, that's going to be iron and sand and water and more iron, I believe. Where's our coal? Is it this stuff here, I think? Yeah, this is the coal, I believe. And then copper is the green. It looks green to me. So copper, okay, looks familiar. Sand and iron. So we want to get going on the mining here probably pretty soon. And let's just look at those messages one more time and see what they wanted us to do. They wanted us to leverage the abandoned communication station, build a blast furnace, and a research lab. So here's the abandoned communication station they're talking about. We can go ahead and hit start recycling. It says start recycling this building to receive metal scrap. Trucks will automatically transport the available metal scrap to a furnace. So turn that on. And then we're paused. So let's go into, let's find our blast furnace here. Under metallurgy and smelting, blast furnace smelts various metals such as iron or copper. The output is a molten material that needs to be sent via a molten channel transport, for instance, into a caster for further processing. Molten materials cannot be transported via trucks. All right. Blast furnace. Let's see where we want to put this. We've got iron here. That is where a lot of the metal is going to be that we're processing. And then we saw that we had copper, I think, over this way. Last time I played, I put it way over here near this communications tower. Maybe we go a little bit further over this time. Let's just take a look and see where our inputs are. It looks like the ore is going to come in on the left side. If I orient it this way, I believe that's what we're seeing there. And then the outputs are over here. Let's just plunk this guy down. I think right here is decent. It'll be a long trip for this, but this communication tower is going to get scrapped pretty rapidly, I think. Let's plunk this guy down. We're this way this time for something a little bit different than what I did last season. And then they talked about a research station as well. Again, I've got the game paused. Let's get this going. They did say research, right? Yeah, research lab. Do it. And this guy, what does he take? I'm not sure. Does it provides research? I'm not sure if there's any resource requirement from this guy. Once we build it, does it just chew out research? I think so. We could put this anywhere, right? The civilization's going to grow. Where can we put this where it's like kind of out of the way, maybe? Maybe let's do it over here just for something different from last season. We're going to hook up tanks to the seaport or the dock there. Where's a good place for this thing? Maybe about, how about down here? Yeah, I'm not sure it matters. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Very cool. All right. So we should see our trucks spring into action here. There they go. They're loading up resources. We can see on the dock what our supplies are in the shipyard. We've got 300 copper. That looks like the pure kind to me. We've got 300 diesel, some rubber, and some construction parts. Excuse me. So while they build the blast furnace, let's start thinking about the rest of the processing. We know... Oh, we got new message here. Let's go ahead and read it. It automatically pauses the game. Research lab is ready. Congratulations for the first research lab, Captain. You should research and build farms before our food supply runs out. Make sure you build them soon enough, as it takes time to grow more food. If you run out of workers, make sure to bring more people to your island by building a beacon. Refugees who find us via the beacon will also bring valuable resources with them. Also keep an eye on the supply of construction parts and build assembly manual to produce them. If you need to speed up your research, you can build more research labs, but don't forget that running them costs Unity. Unity is naturally generated in settlements when people are well and happy, but can decrease when their needs are not met. You can visit the settlement to see the details. Okay, so Unity is one thing I wanted to talk about. Let's close that. I'm going to pause the game. So we've got up in the top left, if you're not familiar with Captain of Industry, we've got the population, 80 out of 120. So we've got housing over here, which is basically some storage containers that have been kind of repurposed and turned into little homes. Looks pretty sweet. We've got 80 people here and housing for 120. We've got 30 months of food supply, but don't be fooled. That's not a whole lot, actually. It seems like we can burn through that really quick. I think we had a drought in my very first season playing Captain of Industry, and we starved out pretty fast. We got 60 workers. And then we've got this Unity, and right now we're at a negative generation per month. So if I click Unity, this is kind of like I don't know, happiness of your colony. And it's showing -5 a month, but actually it looks like we're in the positive. We've got food to eat. So that gets us 1 Unity per cycle. I don't know if that's a day or a month. I'm guessing that maybe that's a month. So we're +1 in the positive. Now, Unity can be used for a few things. At least it used to be. We'll see in the alpha if anything's changed. But it can be used to substitute for building materials. And you can build a new building or machine out of Unity. I tend to not do that. I don't like that mechanic so much. So I don't typically won't use Unity to build buildings. So I know you can, or you used to be able to, but I don't do that. You can use Unity to boost productivity in a building. We'll see that, and I probably will do that at some point. We look at the research lab. Let's see. Is there a boost here? I don't see it. So we used to. We'll see if we can use it. The third use for Unity is if for maintenance. So you can repair vehicles, I think, using Unity. At least you could. So we'll see. That's what Unity is all about. And then we've got the kind of the overview of our population, and this little heart indicator, I guess, is the overall health of the population. Kind of brings up the same. Is it bringing up the same screen as the Unity? Yeah. That's the overall health. And then we've got all of our trucks, and it'll tell us if things are backed up in a queue. Like if there's a bunch of product that needs to get moved or something and you're short on trucks, you'll see this increment. Up top, it's showing we have no research selected. We can go and jump and pick something right now. Let's go into the tech tree while we're paused. Take a look at what our options are. Let's take a look at our options, and then we'll go cheat over to the right. I want to see what we've got that's new. So we've got iron smelting. They've given it to us already. So that's already researched. Construction 1. That, if we click it, Let's see. Production of basic construction parts, assembly manual. That done too. Now I think, yeah, no, we need to research this. So that's a candidate. That's going to allow us to create parts, I think construction parts. And then a warehouse will get unlocked. Pipes they've given us already. So that's researched. Then basic farming, we're going to need that obviously to feed our people. So we've got those two we can pick from: construction, basic farming, and it looks like vehicles and mining we can also research. That gets us the vehicle depot where we can buy more excavators and pickup trucks. And then it also gets us the mine control tower, which we need in order to mine the ores on the map. All of these things are important. I think we'll start with construction just because that's what they mentioned in the little tutorial message that we got. And then we'll see more of these options as we go, but let's cheat off here to the right and see what's been unlocked that's new for us from the previous seasons. For those of you who watched it, data center, that looks like it's available to us. Advanced maintenance. Ooh, a higher level construction part. Construction parts 3. I think last season we did 1 and 2. Mixer. Is that for us? Research lab 4 is a coming soon, so we gotta wait on that. Pipes 3. Ooh, man, we've got a lot of new desalination up here. It says coming soon. Okay, coming soon. So we may not have that yet. Very cool. Wormhole gate. Okay, so a lot. Still, we got some coming soon stuff here. We're in an alpha build, so we can expect some bugs. And there's more stuff to come even after the alpha. All right. We picked our research. Construction. It's showing up here at the top of the screen. We get a new tutorial message. Let's go ahead and click on that. That'll pause the game. Tutorial. Iron smelting. The blast furnace allows smelting ores, scrap, and other products into molten materials, which can then be cast into final products in the metal caster. So we're about to build all that. We've got the furnace. We need to get the metal caster put down. Okay, smelting iron. A temporary solution is to use the metal scraps from an abandoned communication station. Once that is exhausted, you'll need to start mining iron ore. However, smelting the ores produces slag that needs to be dumped out onto the terrain. All right, so here they're just showing us the communication tower to harvest that, put it into the blast furnace. Other products work similarly to iron. You can choose which recipes are enabled in the furnace by clicking on them. An enabled recipe is shown with a green border around it. And they're kind of showing us here how that all works. Pretty straightforward. Let's do that. So we've got trucks that have already dropped off metal scrap. We need to hook up some more stuff to this blast furnace. One thing it needs is exhaust. So let's do the smokestack, and you can kind of see it's showing us where they want us to put it. I'm going to rotate this, actually. Actually, I'm going to rotate it back on itself. We'll see if this makes sense or not. Pop that guy down. Then we need to connect a pipe up to exhaust it. That is, where is that? Transports. Pipe. I think that's what we need. Boom. Single click and a single click to get that hooked up. Now we need the next step in our processing, which I believe is going to be the metal caster here. So let's take a look at what it says in terms of ratios. This guy takes 8 molten metal, and then in 40 seconds produces 8 metal plates for us. This guy kicks out 8 every 20 seconds, right? 8 molten metal every 20 seconds. And this one can do 8 every 40 seconds. So we've got 2-to-1 ratio, it looks like to me. Now, I may get these wrong, and I'm sure I will hear about it. But let's do it. Let's do it this way. How do we want to position this? Trying to think of something a little different than normal. Let's do something different here. I'm going to grab my transports. You want to move up this way. And I just want you right there. This one, I want to come up this way. That. And then I'm going to put down my 2 metal casters. One right there. Let's see if this will hook up. That's good. And another metal caster. And I'm not putting a ton of thought into the layout. So you may choose to do something different. I don't know that we can elevate the molten channels. I have to let's just see if I hit. Okay. E and Q, if we look at the kind of towards the right of the screen on the bottom, it's showing us different tool tips. I don't think we can elevate a molten channel. Let's just see. Yeah, it shouldn't let me go up. That would be kind of odd. All right. Okay. Let's get that guy connected up. These guys are building away. Our smokestack's hooked up. We got to pick a recipe here. Looks like it's already defaulted for us. What are we missing? We're missing fuel. So this guy needs coal. And let's pause for a second. Got tutorials and everything else, but let's finish the coal here. In order to do that, early on, we're going to need this charcoal maker. Let's put a charcoal maker nearby. In fact, we could kind of condense this a bit. Maybe not. Let's pop our charcoal maker right here. It takes wood and turns it into charcoal. And then we can burn that charcoal in the furnace. Later on, we can use coal that we mine. That's a bit more efficient, I think. We'll just hook up a... What do we need? Oh, we need to hook up exhaust for this. Let's see. Yeah, this guy has exhaust output. What I might do... What I'm thinking about now is we have an output here for the coal. Eventually, we're going to get conveyor belts, and we'll want to just conveyor this guy straight in. When we do that, we don't want this exhaust pipe getting in the way. So I could either route this exhaust pipe over here somehow to that smoke tower, or I could just do another tower. Let's see how expensive the exhaust tower is. I don't think it's smokestack. 10 building parts. I'm just going to pop another one down. And then we'll run a pipe. You exhaust that. Click and a click. Very cool. And now we need to assign a truck or 2 or more or whatever to go harvest trees. So I'm just going to click on a pickup truck, and in the pop-up here, I'll select assign to tree harvesting. 1 may be enough to get us started. So that's all good. And then while we're paused, let's go ahead and look at the other tutorial I got for us. It says logistics. There are 2 main ways to transport products, trucks and transports. Trucks are the most versatile way to transport products around the island. However, for periodic deliveries, it's better to build dedicated pipes or conveyor belts, otherwise your trucks can get easily overwhelmed. You can see the current load on your logistics system in the overview panel in the top left of the screen. So we kind of saw that, the 0 seconds thing up here, and they're showing it here, 5 seconds in queue. As most of the transports can go up and down by pressing the E and Q keys during their design process. This is handy when trying to make space for vehicles to go under. Trucks can go under any transports that are at a height of 2 or higher. However, other vehicles, such as excavators, cannot go under a transport. In order to let them pass transports, you can build a vehicle ramp. You can also split and merge transports just by simply connecting them to each other If you need control over priorities and ratios, you should research and use the dedicated balancing units, and we'll see those later on. Got a pro tip here. It says click on the red-green arrow next to the machine port to automatically select a corresponding transport for placement. All right. We will try that. So I didn't have to go into the transports menu. I could have just actually clicked on the port and it would have picked it. Give that a shot. Note that some products like molten materials or gases such as steam can't be loaded onto trucks and they require a transport. We got trucks and storages. Trucks automatically prioritize their deliveries. Trucks deliver to storages when some other machine or vehicle needs to get rid of a product at a high priority and there's no other machine that really needs such a product. To override this default behavior, you can drag the green slider in a storage to the right to keep the storage full, or drag the red slider to the left to keep the storage empty. Okay, and it gives an example of maybe wanting to empty that slag out. Cool. Both these principles are illustrated in the image of the iron smelting chain below. There's some storage. There's a smelter. It looks like they're doing something. There's coal for the fuel. There's the ore coming in. And there's some storage here for slag, it looks like. And there's our two casters and a smokestack. Pretty cool. Looks better than I have it. All right. The sliders have no effect on connected transports. Once machines are connected via transports and a first product is delivered or received, trucks will no longer try to deliver or receive that type of product and let transports do the job. So that last little part's kind of important. All it's saying is that before you hook up any pipes or conveyor belts and things, the trucks are going to do the job. But once you hook up a conveyor belt, the trucks will stop trying to do that same job of moving resources around. That's what that's all about. Let's hit play. Keep things moving here. I think we're in decent shape. Again, for the blast furnace, we've got two input ports. One's really meant for the iron, and another one's really meant for the coal. We don't have belts researched, so we can't belt the coal, and we're not mining iron. We're using this scrap from this guy. And the trucks are slowly kind of harvesting that material for us automatically. So we can't really belt that anyway, even if we had conveyor belts. Let's see what else we got here. We didn't look at this guy. I think this is our food market. So it's showing we've got 38 food out of 200. 80 people, 120 possibility, 26 months worth of food. We're starting to chew through it. Let's pick our next research and let's pick the food, the farms. Let's get that going so we can get farms started. Way over here, basic farming, start research. Get that going. It's going to allow us to build farms, grow potatoes, and then do this green manure crop, which basically kind of recharges the fertility of the field. We'll see that. We've got rain coming down. It'd be great if we had the farms in place because we could leverage that rain. Water is critical. While we're waiting, let's take a look at the tech tree. Here's how we collect water with this settlement water research. That'll get us a rainwater harvester, which looks like just giant tarps or something that are collecting water and channeling it into a reservoir. We got a liquid dump. This is for pollution, basically. We just dump it out in the ocean. It just automatically gets filtered. Once you dump that pollution in the ocean. And then, I don't know, it gives us access to water. And this water facility, it says, provides fresh water for the attached settlement and returns wastewater that needs to be disposed of. So we'll be researching that pretty soon too. Got a lot to do. A lot to do. Kind of important to keep that research going. Okay, that one's done. We'll dismiss that. We got basic farming being researched. 6 trucks with the ability to, I'm looking at the top of the screen, with the ability to hire or construct about 34 more trucks. What else? Pause tool. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I guess I can pause multiple buildings with that. That's kind of cool. We saw that. Demolish. Clone. Okay. We've got a new display of our inventory here. So we're starting to make some charcoal. That's good. Trucks all hanging around our current factories. Now, I don't see any molten metal coming through. What's our problem? What are we waiting on here? Missing input. Okay, there it goes. We can kind of hear it firing up. Is some material being loaded into the blast furnace. We can see some exhaust coming out of both the charcoal maker and the blast furnace. We should see some metal, liquid metal, molten metal coming down these channels. There it goes. Pretty cool. That should slide into these forms pretty soon. We might take one more batch coming out of here for that to work. Yeah, they've each got 4. Let's see, do we have storage yet? We do, unit storage. We probably want to get some of this storage down. This is going to be for our plates. Where to put it? Ideally, we would have this near where we could belt things into it. Let's do it. Let's do it over here. Boom. I think that's enough room, and then we'll maybe belt these plates in once we have a chance. Like this will go on the inner one, and this will come out to the lower slot there. All right. Farming has been researched. I'm going to pause. I'm going to quickly pick another research. Got vehicles and mining, or we've got power and a beacon. Both very important. I think I'm going to go for power. That's going to unlock our water. I'm kind of anxious to get water. That's going to help us unlock this guy. So let's do that first. Start the research. I'll hit play. We'll go back to it. Again, it takes a little while for us to get to where we can research the conveyor belts, I think. But with this storage, trucks will take the plates out of here that we're producing. We also need a plant to build the construction parts. Let's see where that is. Do we have that yet? Or is... Okay, assembly manual. That's the one we want. This guy takes iron and wood and turns it into construction parts. Let's... Oh, look at that. I did this backwards. The inputs are on the right for that warehouse. Oh, well. Not the end of the world. Let's put manual construction over here. We'll see. This may not be the ideal layout, but we will make it work. All right, we can dismiss that. We might get a tutorial popping up here pretty soon. And let's think about the farms. Where do we want to do all that? Get a nice open flat space here. Oh, you know what we need to do too? We need to mark trees, I think, for being chopped. Here we go. Tree harvesting prioritization. Let's mark some of these trees like this. That one too. It's right in the way. Let's get some of these trees kind of on the outskirts here, out of our way. We'll mark those. We've only got one pickup truck doing this. There he is. Oh, that's perfect. I'm thinking of putting our farms over here. Let's see if that tree disappears. Be nice if it did. Yep, just did. So we can get our... I'm going to pause yet again. Okay, the assembly is ready. Let's read that tutorial and then we'll think about getting our farms down. It says, we can start producing construction parts to build more machines and buildings. Don't forget to scale up our iron production to cope with the demand. Some machines and vehicles require regular maintenance. That's kind of an understatement, as we'll see. We should research and build a maintenance depot as soon as possible. Otherwise, our equipment will start breaking down. So we've got quite a list now of things we want to do. We want to get farms down. That's been researched and we can build it. We want to get this maintenance depot built because that's going to be important to keep everything running. And then we did just build our assemblies. So let's make sure that that guy is set up to create these construction parts. So 3 things there to take care of. Let's look at our maintenance depot or our assembly manual. So it's already picked the default recipe. It's going to take iron, which we're producing up here, iron plates, wood, which we've got 1 truck harvesting He's currently delivering to the charcoal burner. We may need another truck harvesting wood for the assembly plant here. And then that's going to kick out construction parts. That looks like it's all ready to go. We don't have to do anything here. Now, we need to set what we want to be stored in this warehouse. Either going to be the iron plates or it's going to be the construction parts. Let's start with the construction parts. Boom. And you can only do, I think we can only do one product per unit storage. So we might want to put another one of those down. Let's see how we're doing. We've got 123 construction parts for building right now. We're going to start producing more here in our assembly. Let's see how much another warehouse costs. Storage. 20. That's not horrible. I'm kind of wondering if we should start storing off some of these iron plates. Why don't we do it? And then maybe we've got a better opportunity to set this up the way we want. So that the inputs kind of at the bottom of this building I'm dragging around now kind of more closely accommodate these things. Although, how are we going to want to do that? Guess I could do it. I could even do it here. Maybe this isn't a bad idea. Let's pop a warehouse down right here. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And then this guy will set to iron plates. So we got a place to store those. And then they asked us to do a maintenance depot. Let's see where that guy is. Assembly, farms we're going to do next. Molten channel. Maybe we got to research the maintenance. Looks like it. I don't see it on here. They want us to do a maintenance depot. Let's take a look at the tech tree real quick. There it is, maintenance. We need to wait for research on that one. Can't do anything yet, but we can put down our farms. Let's do it. Maybe over here. This is a great big area. Let's look at the overlay. Ooh, we've got water here. We've got coal underground here. And we've got some surface coal. We don't want to cover up too much of that, but we do need to place some farms. So kind of got our community here. Now, in the early version I played before this season, these homes had to all kind of build off this one area. I think we can have multiple separate settlements. So there's some room up here for farming that doesn't look like it's going to impact with the ores. Right? We got a bunch of iron ore here. Could do farms up there. We could do some farms here. You'll see as we play on, we're going to need to build a land bridge to get up this little cliff wall. We can get trucks up there. So we're going to put some landfill in here. So we need to leave a little bit of room somewhere along this cliffside here. We don't want to put farms or anything right up next to that. We've got water reservoirs. I'm just not sure how desperate we're going to get for water. So, same thing with the coal. I'm trying to think of where we want to put stuff. Let's put it on top of this water and we'll just see how big these things are. Farms. Ooh, they're not small. They are not small. I say, let's see, it's got an output port. That looks like that's it right now. The upgraded farms are going to take water. I don't know if these ones do or not. I don't see an input for water. I guess I could rotate. Let's see if we see. No, these just have an output port. You can see what I'm talking about. It's in the top left. Let's turn off this or let's leave the overlay on just so we can see where we're at. Let's try right there for a farm. Let's do at least I wonder if they can drive over this. Let's just do it. We can always move them if we don't like it. Let's do 3 just to be overly safe. I think that should be good. And then tell you what, let's wrap this first episode here. We're off to a decent start. We've got some basic iron production going off of our communications tower that we're scavenging. I think there's still 536 scrap of iron that we can use. Once that's depleted, we need to have this iron mine up and running. So that's coming. We're using trees for charcoal. We're going to burn them through a charcoal burner. Eventually, we're going to tap into this coal deposit here. We'll probably start with the surface coal. Then we can dig deep and get to this stuff over here. Got a little oil deposit here that'll kind of a limited supply of oil on the island. Eventually, we'll get some oil offshore. Yeah, we're off to a pretty decent start, I'd say. Unity has built up a little bit. We've got 9.5 Unity stored. Food for 22 months. A little concerned about the food supply, but we're getting our farms down. Yeah, we will pick it up from here next episode. For now, this is Glidercat signing off, saying thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this content. A Captain of Industry, brand new season. We're playing the alpha version, which just came out today as I record this. Now, it'll probably post a couple days later. But yeah, I enjoy the game a ton from when I played it before. Hopefully you enjoy this content. I enjoy putting it together for you. And I will see you in the next episode.